There are moments in life when your soul begins to whisper louder than your voice, and your heart begins to ache in silence more than your words can describe. You sit there not broken but tired, not lost but unsure, not unloved but deeply misunderstood. You keep going, smiling in public, crying in private, carrying the weight of wounds no one sees. The world tells you to move on, to be stronger, to heal, to be patient. But you keep wondering, when will someone actually see the pain in your chest? The stories in your silence, the depth of your loyalty that goes unreturned. You are not weak, you are not unworthy, you are not forgotten. You are simply in a season that Allah has written for you. A divine test of your patience, your worth, and your capacity to trust Him beyond your understanding. Every soul was created with a longing to love, and to be loved, to be seen beyond the surface, to be understood in a way no one else has ever tried. That longing is not a flaw, it is not weakness, it is from Allah. He placed it in you not to torment you, but to guide you back to Him and to remind you that He knows you better than anyone else ever will. He knows your loyalty. He knows your late night prayers. He knows the way your heart breaks quietly. He knows the nights you sit awake, looking at the ceiling and wondering if this is all there is. He knows. And He is not silent. He is preparing something that your heart cannot even comprehend yet. Do not let the world make you bitter. Do not let repeated betrayal make you cold. Do not let the loneliness fool you into thinking you are alone. No one walks through fire without being purified. No one is broken in Allah's plan without being rebuilt in ways that are more beautiful, more resilient, more alive than ever before. Your loneliness is not a punishment. It is preparation. Your longing is not a weakness. It is a sign that you are human and you were never meant to do this life alone. Listen carefully. Allah is sending you someone who will love you the way you deserve. Not because you earned it, not because you're perfect, but because He is Rahman, the most merciful. And He always completes the hearts of those who remain loyal to Him, even when everyone else walked away. That person will not complete you. No human can do that. But they will walk beside you with sincerity, with humility, with honor. They will see what others missed. They will value what others ignored. They will protect what others wounded. You were not created to chase. You were not created to beg. You were not created to shrink yourself just to be loved. You were created to be loved in a way that uplifts your soul, not crushes your spirit. You were created to be loved in a way that reminds you of Allah, not in a way that makes you forget Him. And that kind of love is not cheap. That kind of love does not come from scrolling through timelines or forcing connections or faking compatibility. That love is sent. It is written. It is divine. And it comes when the heart is surrendered to its Creator first. Allah does not delay without purpose. The Prophet Muhammad said, and know that what has passed you by was never going to befall you. And what has befallen you was never going to pass you by. Germany, so what you lost was never written. And what you're waiting for has already been written. It is simply waiting for its perfect time. Psychological resilience comes not from ignoring pain, but from anchoring yourself in a hope that is bigger than the pain. From knowing that the emptiness in your heart is not a void. Void, it's a space being reserved for something sacred. From the wisdom of Imam Ibn Qayyim, Arabicam, he wrote, the heart will never find peace until it finds peace in Allah, and modern psychology agrees. Studies on attachment and emotional security consistently show that those who have a stable inner world, those who feel secure in themselves and in their connection to something greater, are the ones who attract the healthiest relationship. Why? Because they don't need others to fill their emptiness. They share their fullness. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are ready for. So Allah delays sometimes because you are still learning, because you are still healing. Because you still think your worth is defined by what someone else sees in you. But when you reach that point where you love without needing to be loved back, when you give without fearing loss, when you stand alone without feeling empty, that's when Allah sends someone, not to rescue you, but to reflect the light He has already kindled inside you. Because now you are ready. And yes, it is true. The Prophet literally said, women are the twin halves of men. Abu Dawud, Dawud is your own. That echoes your own. Someone whose presence will not drain you, but refill. Someone whose character reminds you of the Prophet literally. Someone whose presence feels like a dua you once whispered when no one else was watching. That person exists. They are not perfect, but they will love you the way you were meant to be loved, through compassion, through mercy, through loyalty, and through the remembrance of Allah. Wait with dignity, heal with hope, worship through your emptiness, grow through your loneliness. The love you seek is not far. It is closer than you know. And when it arrives, you will not have to beg. You will not have to guess. You will not have to wonder. You will just know. Because hearts that remember Allah are drawn to each other in ways that defy time, distance, and logic. And now, after all this, here are the 5 points, the pillars around which this truth is built. 1, you are not waiting in vain the time you're spending alone, the patience you're holding on to, the silent tears you've cried. None of it is being ignored by Allah. Not a single sigh, not a single night spent in sujood asking Allah to send you someone who understands you, supports you, and loves you the way you deserve. None of that goes unnoticed. Allah is Ash-Shaheed, the all-witnessing. He sees everything you're going through. He sees your loyalty to him when it would have been easier to fall into haram. He sees your refusal to settle for what doesn't feel right. He sees your commitment to grow even when you're alone. He sees your strength even when you feel weak. That waiting is not empty time. It is sacred time. This waiting season is not a punishment. It is a process of purification. Every delay is a hidden blessing. Every silence is a lesson. Every unanswered dua is either being delayed for your good or replaced with something far better than what you asked for. Allah is Al-Hakim, the most wise, and his timing is never off. Never. The person he is preparing for you is also walking their own journey right now. They may be healing, they may be transforming, they may be learning lessons that they need before they can be worthy of the kind of love you bring. You are not waiting alone. Allah is with you. And the one he is preparing for you is being shaped by the same divine hand. Even psychology confirms this. Studies in resilience and personal development have shown that those who experience delayed gratification, those who learn to wait without breaking, develop a stronger sense of identity, higher emotional maturity, and a deeper capacity to form meaningful connection. You are becoming more than just someone who is ready for love. You are becoming someone who knows how to give love in a healthy, whole, and powerful way. That doesn't happen overnight. Overnight. That kind of preparation takes time, but it's never wasted. You are not stuck. You are being positioned. You are not forgotten. You are being reserved. You are not unlucky. You are being protected, and you are not waiting in vain. The one who wrote your story before your soul was placed in your body already wrote that someone will come. Someone meant for your heart, someone meant for your soul. And when that person arrives, you will look back and say, Ya Allah, now I understand why you made me wait. So hold on, stay faithful, keep walking in your purpose, keep worshiping through the loneliness, because your wait is not in vain, it is divine. 2, your soul was designed for divine love before your body was ever formed, before your face was ever seen by the world, before your name was ever spoken. Your soul stood before Allah, as mentioned in the Quran. Am I not your Lord? And every soul replied, yes, indeed, we testify. Surah Al-Araf 7, 172. That was the first moment your soul tasted love. Not human love, not romantic love, but divine love. The purest, most complete, most nourishing love that exists. And that love has never left you. You were created from it. You were created for it. When you feel empty inside, when your heart aches and longs to be seen and cherished, it's not just because you want a human to love you. It's because your soul remembers something deeper. It remembers what it felt like to be in the presence of Allah. It remembers the completeness, the peace, the calm. That ache inside of you, that longing is not just for companionship. It's your soul's way of pulling you back to your original state, connection with the divine. This is why nothing in this world can truly satisfy you. Not money, not status, not even romantic relationships, unless Allah is at the center of your heart first. You weren't made for dunya level love. You were made for love that lifts you to Jannah, Love that reflects Allah's mercy. Love that reminds you of your worth beyond your appearance or accomplishments. You were made for love that's anchored in the eternal, not the temporary. And here's where psychology and spirituality connect. Clinical psychology shows that people who have a secure attachment base, meaning they know they are unconditionally loved and accepted, are more emotionally stable, more resilient in relationships, and less likely to fall into desperation or toxic dependency. For a believer, that attachment base is Allah. When you know Allah loves you, when you feel that connection deeply, you stop begging others to validate you. You stop chasing people who only see parts of you. You start moving through life with dignity, peace, and clarity. Your soul was not designed to be addicted to people. It was designed to be devoted to its creator. And through that devotion, Allah gifts you people who love you in a way that mirrors that divine connection. People who don't complete you, but walk with you toward completeness through Him. Yeah. When you realize this, everything changes. Your standards rise. Your patience deepens. Your loneliness transforms into sacred solitude. You begin to understand that the love you're waiting for is not just romance. It's Rama. It's Sakina. It's Baraka. It's a person who comes into your life not to fill a void, to remind you of your purpose. So yes, your soul was designed for divine love. And when you live with that love as your foundation, you will never again settle for anything less than what leads you back to it. 3, healing comes before arrival. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot welcome a soul-deep love into a heart that's still bleeding from old wounds. You cannot truly see someone new when your vision is still clouded by the pain of the past. That's why Allah, in His infinite mercy, does not send certain people into your life until you are ready. Not just emotionally, but spiritually, mentally, and psychologically. Healing is not weakness. It's not a delay. It's not a punishment. Healing is preparation. It's purification. It's divine protection. Allah knows the weight of love, real love. The kind of love that's rooted in sincerity, honor, and tawakkul. That kind of love is sacred. And sacred things are never handed to people who are still in the process of breaking. He wants you to know yourself. He wants you to find peace in solitude. He wants you to rebuild what life people, or even your own thoughts, may have broken inside of you. You see, sometimes we ask Allah for someone who will understand us, love us deeply, protect us. But we still carry insecurities, fears, and emotional habits that sabotage love when it finally arrives. Sometimes our hands are too full of the past to receive what we've been begging for in the future. So Allah delays the arrival of that person, not to withhold joy, but to prevent harm. Because when the heart is unhealed, even the right person can feel wrong. From the Islamic perspective, the Prophet Muhammad literally said, "The verily in the body is a piece of flesh, which if it is sound, the whole body is sound. And if it is corrupt, the whole body is corrupt. Verily it is the heart." Bukhari and Muslim. This tells us clearly, the heart must be purified before it can lead you to any goodness, including love. Now, from a psychological lens, we know this too. Trauma that goes unhealed leads to patterns that repeat. People who haven't healed will project their past onto their present. They will misread love as danger. They will push away people who are good for them and cling to those who mirror their wound. So healing isn't optional. It's essential. It is the ground from which healthy love grows. Without it, love becomes attachment, fear, or dependency. With it, love becomes peaceful, patient, and spiritually alive. Allah in His mercy allows your season of solitude to become your season of transformation. He gives you time to heal from heartbreak, to let go of those who hurt you, to unlearn toxic beliefs about love, to stop viewing yourself as unworthy or broken. He invites you to reconnect with Him, because when your heart is whole with Him, you will never again accept the love that breaks you just to feel wanted. Healing is not linear. It takes time. It takes nights of crying. It takes journaling, making dua, understanding your triggers, forgiving what's gone, and rebuilding trust in yourself and in Allah's plan. Just when you think you're ready, you'll realize there's still more to clean. That's okay. Allah is patient with you. Be patient with yourself. Because the love He is preparing for you isn't rushed. It's not confused. It's someone who will love the healed version of you, the version that knows how to receive love without fear and give love without losing yourself. And for that kind of love to last, healing must come first. So breathe, take your time. Don't rush the process. Your delay is not a denial. It's a divine operation. You are being rebuilt from the inside out. And when you are whole, the person who is meant for you will arrive, not to fix you, but to join you. Whole meets whole, like finds like. And the healed heart always recognizes what it was praying for. The right person is a reflection of your inner light, the person you're praying for, the one you imagine in your quietest moments. Kind, loyal, God-conscious, emotionally intelligent, gentle yet strong, someone who sees you beyond the surface. That person is not just some fantasy. That person is real. But here's the truth most people miss. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. Your inner light, your energy, your character, your mindset, your sincerity, these are all signals. Silent signals that reach out into the world and draw people who match your frequency. That is why your focus should never be on chasing or finding someone perfect. Your focus should be on becoming the kind of person your future spouse is already making duo for. Because the right person will not be attracted to your appearance, your status, or your image. They will be drawn to your light, the kind of light that only comes from sincere hearts and souls rooted in Allah. What is that light? It's your resilience, your patience, your quiet integrity when no one is watching. It's the way you treat others with adab, the way you forgive even when it's hard, the way you protect your heart from haram even when it's lonely. And that light is not always loud. It's not about being famous or seen. It's about being genuine in your worship, humble in your growth, and consistent in your values, even in silence. And Allah sees that. And He does not let that kind of light go unseen for long. As the Prophet said, and when Allah loves a servant, He calls Jibril and says, I love him. Then Jibril loves him. After that, Jibril announces to the inhabitants of the heavens, of the heavens, of the heavens, of the heavens. The inhabitants of the heavens also love him, and acceptance is placed for him on the earth. Sahih al-Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, when your heart is illuminated with sincerity and love for Allah, you become beloved to the unseen. You begin to draw others whose hearts carry the same light. So the right person, the one written for you, will not just love your smile, your humor, your voice. They will love the nur you carry, the light that came from the nights you spent in prayer, the patience you showed in heartbreak, the faith you held on to in silence. This is not just spirituality. Psychology echoes this truth. Studies in emotional mirroring and energy resonance show that we are subconsciously drawn to people who reflect our internal state. Someone who is healed, mature, and self-aware cannot deeply connect with someone who is manipulative, dishonest, or emotionally closed off. Not because they are arrogant, but because the connection simply doesn't align. Just like two radio frequencies that don't match can't hear each other, two souls that are not aligned cannot build something lasting. Alignment matters more than appearance. So every step you take toward becoming your best self is also a step toward meeting the one who has been molded to match that version of you. Allah doesn't just send you a spouse. He sends you a mirror, a reflection. Not of your perfection, not of your purity, your truth, your light. And the more you polish your inner light through dhikr, through healing, through sincere action, through intention, the clearer that reflection will become until one day they appear and they'll feel familiar. Not because you've met them before, but because your souls have been walking the same path, guided by the same light, led by the same wrath. So don't ask, when will I meet the right person? Instead ask, am I becoming the person who's ready to meet them? Because in this divine journey, the right person is not a destination. They are a reflection, and they will find you when your light is ready to be seen. 5. Love sent by Allah is anchored in taqwa, real love. The kind that Allah sends, the kind your soul aches for. It's not built on temporary pleasure, emotional highs, or fleeting attraction. It is built on taqwa, the consciousness of Allah. It is built on a shared awareness that He is watching, He is guiding, He is the third in every conversation, the witness to every intention, and the protector of every bond that is formed for His sake. When love is anchored in taqwa, it becomes sacred, it becomes safe. It becomes steady, not because the people involved are perfect, but because they are spiritually accountable. They don't just love each other for how they feel. They love each other because they know who gifted them to each other. And that knowledge humbles them. It matures them. It places limits around their actions and sincerity at the center of their heart. Taqwa doesn't just prevent sin, it protects love. It purifies it from selfishness, from ego, from control, from lies. A man who fears Allah will not humiliate you, manipulate you, or play with your emotions. A woman who lives with taqwa will not disrespect you, belittle you, or walk away the moment things get hard. Taqwa makes people reliable, not because they're flawless, but because they fear doing wrong when no one else is looking. The Quran says clearly in Surah Ar-Rum, and among his signs is that he created for you from yourselves mates, that you may find tranquility in them. And he placed between you affection and mercy. 21, that affection and mercy, while without taqwa, it doesn't survive without taqwa. Because without the fear and love of Allah, people fall into pride. They stop forgiving. They stop appreciating. They stop guarding each other's hearts. But when Allah is present in the relationship, when both hearts are anchored in Him, they keep choosing each other, not because it's easy, but because it's an act of worship. And what does psychology say about this? Secular research speaks about value alignment and shared moral foundation as the core predictors of lasting love. When two people share a deeply rooted value system, and in our case, when those values come from the guidance of Allah, their relationship becomes resilient. They know what's right and wrong. They know what's sacred. They know the difference between love and lust, patience and avoidance, silence and peace. That foundation of shared taqwa becomes the compass that helps them navigate every storm. When you ask Allah for a spouse, don't just ask for someone beautiful or kind. Ask for someone who fears hurting you, fears displeasing Allah. Ask for someone who will stand beside you in salah and fight beside you in life. Ask for someone whose love is defined by how they treat you when they're angry, how they respect you when they disagree, and how they protect your soul, not just your body. Taqwa means they're not loyal because they're emotionally attached. They're loyal because they made a promise to Allah. And that kind of loyalty doesn't break. That kind of love does not fade because it isn't based on convenience. It's based on covenant. So don't settle for love that's only sweet. Wait for the love that is safe, sincere, and safe. Because when love is sent by Allah, it is not rooted in mood. It is rooted in taqwa. And when two people come together with hearts anchored in Him, their love becomes a path to Jannah, not just in this world, but forever. So now, after everything you've heard, pause. Just pause for a moment and breathe. Let your heart absorb this truth. Allah has not forgotten you, not for a second, not even in the loneliest night, not during the tearful prayers, not in the quiet ache you hide behind your smile. Every second of longing, every second of struggle, every moment of holding yourself back from what's haram, something sacred, He saw it. And not only did He see it, He honored it. He wrote it down. He counted it as worship. He turned your loneliness into elevation. And He promised something better. This journey you are on is not meaningless. It is not a detour. It is the exact path you need to walk, step by step, breath by breath, so that when Allah sends you the one meant for your soul, you are ready. He is not just sending you someone to hold your hand. He is sending you someone who will help you hold your faith. Someone who will walk beside you, not just in dunya, but to Jannah. Not someone who makes you forget Allah, but someone who reminds you of Him every time they look into your eyes. You see, we live in a world that teaches us to chase love like it's a possession. But in Islam, love is a trust from Allah. It isn't a manner. It's something you are given not because you're lucky, because you've been prepared, because you've been purified, because you've been patient, and because you didn't give up when it would have been easier to settle for less. And that's why your story is sacred. Every chapter, even the ones that broke you, even the moments when you thought love would never come, even the rejections, the betrayals, the silence, all of it, because they were never roadblocks. They were redirection. They were there to purify you, to teach you, to bring you closer to the one who loves you more than anyone else ever could. And when your heart finally returns to Him, not halfway, but completely. Then he gives you a love that reflects that return. You are not being punished. You are being protected. You are not being rejected. You are being redirected. You are not being forgotten. You are being prepared. You are not behind. You are exactly where Allah needs you to be so that when that soul-deep, taqwa-rooted, jannah-leading love arrives, you can hold it with both hands and say, this is what I waited for. This is what I prayed for. This is what I was being shaped for. And when it happens, you won't have to chase it. You won't have to force it. You won't have to question it. Because what is written by Allah comes with clarity, not confusion, with peace, not chaos, with light, not fear, with dua, not drama, and with his name at the center, not our desire. So don't just wait for love. Become the love that Allah sends into someone else's life. Become the light that makes someone thank Allah for finally bringing peace to their heart. Become the answer to someone's long-forgotten prayer. And until then, walk with dignity, love Allah deeply, heal with hope, worship with tears, and hold on tightly to this truth. The one who created your heart knows exactly who is meant to protect it. And when the time is right, Allah will send you someone who loves you, not just for who you are, but for who you helped them become. Not just in this world, but in the one that never ends. Because love that is sent by Allah never leads you away from Him.